If you're a fan of redemption stories, then you need to hear the story of Devontez Walker, because his path to the NFL was not easy. As athletes, we always have to jump through hurdles and obstacles to make it to that next level, something that Devontez Walker can 100% relate to. But in order to really understand and appreciate where he is now and how he got drafted into the NFL, we have to start from the beginning. You see, since the age of 4, Walker spent his childhood dreaming about playing in the NFL. He even modeled his game after AJ Green while he was growing up. He told his family since he was 4 that he was gonna play in the NFL, and he would carry that passion later into his childhood as he attended West Charlotte High School in North Carolina. And of course, he was a star wide receiver and defensive back. This guy could do it all. He had an incredible build and an insane frame to be a dominant wide receiver, and he even envisioned himself playing at a Division I college. Although he had a passion to be wide receiver, no other school saw him that way. Every school wanted to recruit him as a defensive back. Imagine working so hard, training so hard for a specific position, but no schools want you to play that position. So right after his senior year, he wasn't sure if he was going to be playing defensive back or wide receiver, but he definitely wanted to play in the wide receiver position. And this is where the story gets interesting, because during his senior year, this is where he would tear his ACL. And if you don't know anything about ACL tears, they are known for ending your season, if not your career. It happens to professionals all the time. This is probably one of the worst injuries you can get besides getting paralyzed. So now Walker was out with a torn ACL, and a lot of schools dropped out. They didn't want to recruit him anymore. But Walker did not give up that easy. He even started working at Bojangles to cover his rehab expenses. This guy was going to outwork anybody, and he found a way to make it happen. And during his time working at Bojangles, this is where he would run into the North Carolina Central coaches, which is actually where he's from, Charlotte, North Carolina. And as soon as he was set on playing there, the lockdowns happened in 2020, which put him out an entire season. So a lot of people might have quit. I'm sure this was a thought in the back of his head, but he used this year to keep on developing as a wide receiver and work on his game, and it would pay off because the next year he would land at Kent State. Definitely not one of those top Division I programs he was envisioning, but he knew that he had to start somewhere. And of course, he did amazing. He was one down. And this was the game that really redefined the way Walker saw his level of play. He thought to himself, if I can play against these guys, then I can play at the next level, which is exactly the next step he took. His desire to compete with the best and play at that next level led him to transfer to North Carolina, but it wasn't only just about football, because this is his hometown, this is where his family is from, and he could also take care of his grandmother. But you see, there was an issue. Since he was a 2-time transfer, he wasn't supposed to be able to play that next season, so the NCAA ruled him ineligible. So he might be out an entire another season. This was really discouraging for him, and he wasn't sure what the next steps would be. And during this time, he was really able to lean on his team for support, and in an interview, he even stated that he didn't realize how reliant he was on his team and how important teammates are to your development as a player and just your overall success in the sport you play. So the NCAA initially ruled him ineligible, but after some time and I don't know how many papers, there was a reversal during the 2023 season that allowed Walker to return to play. And yeah, it was 4 games into the season, but at this point, can't really complain. I'll take what I can get. I'm trying to go to the league. If all I get is 8 games that season, then I'll take it. And despite these setbacks and doubts about NFL prospects and whether he's going to be able to make it to the NFL, Walker's performance remained strong. And over time, throughout that season, he actually got the attention of a lot of NFL scouts. So his 2023 season was over, and he wasn't really sure where he was going to land, if anywhere. And this is where the story starts to take a little bit of a positive turn, because in the 4th round of the 2024 NFL Draft, Devontez Walker received a call from the Ravens general manager, offering him a chance to catch passes from Lamar Jackson. And I didn't realize that Devontez looked up to Jackson when he was playing high school ball, and saw it as a dream and a goal of his to play alongside him. So now he actually gets an opportunity opportunity to be Lamar Jackson's #1 wide receiver. So he went from a torn ACL his senior year, working at Bojangles, being out an entire season because of the lockdowns, almost missing another entire season, and still was able to get drafted in the 2024 NFL Draft. Talk about redemption. So now Walker has a chance to play alongside Lamar Jackson, fulfilling Walker's childhood dream, and has a chance to become Lamar Jackson's primary deep threat. And I think we all know that Devontez Walker's story is really just beginning. I mean, he admits himself that although he's gone through a lot of adversity, he still has a long way to go and has strengths and areas of improvement. Some of his strengths would include being a vertical threat. Of course, he's tall, he's long, he's fast. That would make sense. He's excellent at excelling and releasing off the ball and high pointing catches. But he also acknowledges, as well as some scouts would say, that he's inconsistent with his speed, and sometimes he needs to eliminate footsteps, and he also needs to work on his hand technique when cornerbacks are jamming him at the line. And let's not forget the elite team of wide receivers that Walker has at Baltimore. I mean, you got Zay Flowers and several other wide receivers that you're going to be able to learn from and compete with. He's pretty much got it made. So if we look ahead a little bit, we can see that Walker's journey is really just beginning and his NFL career just started. But he has so much potential for further growth and success, and I can't wait to see this guy develop into a top level wide receiver in the NFL. He's gone through so much adversity and he has the work ethic, and so do you. We all do. So if there's anything you can take from this story, it's that you shouldn't give up, especially if you're an athlete on your journey to try and make that next leap to the next level, or maybe you want to get in a few more reps. Keep on working and never give up, and I guarantee you good things are going to happen from that. I can't guarantee you that you're going to make it into the NFL or the NBA, whatever sport you play, but I guarantee you that people are going to respect you and opportunities are going to open up for themselves. Devontez Walker has an exceptional story, and these are just some of the highlights and key points that I wanted to cover as he continues his journey. Let me know what player you'd like me to cover next if you enjoy watching these videos, because all the feedback that you guys give helps me make the best content I can. Thank you for watching up to this point, and I will see you in the next video.